Good afternoon. We are making homemade pizza today if I can get this camera to work right. If it cuts off again, well, I'll make one later. Anyway, I'm just making homemade pizza. Well, homemade pan pizza, personal pan. Um, my husband wanted some, so I said, well, I'll just make one. Anyway, what you're going to need for this is you can use all purpose flour or you can use bread flour. I brain for it. Um, I used both. I used a cup of all purpose and a cup of bread flour. Just do not use all purpose. I mean, self rise, I'm sorry. You want to use all purpose. So I have a cup of bread flour just because I had a little bit left and a cup of all purpose. You can do that. Or you can use 2 cups of all purpose or 2 cups of bread flour. Just 2 cups. I do have a little bit of flour reserved in case I need it. When you're mixing your dough, you want to make sure that it all comes from the sides and the bottom. I'll show you that as we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you over here where you can actually see. Get y'all up in here a little bit. There you go. So I have a little measuring cup here with a 3/4 cup measure. You're going to take and you're going to get some hot water. Not hot, hot. You want to be able to put your child in it. But like 110 degrees. And I have my handy dandy thermometer here. So let's turn that off. Turn it back on. I'm going to stick that in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. So 104. You want to be around 110. 105 is fine. All right. So I'm turning that off. I'm going to back you guys out here just a little bit because I want you to see how this yeast blooms. So we're going to add a teaspoon. Where are all my spoons at? I see you. I'm coming to get you. All right, so we're going to do a teaspoon of sugar and 2 teaspoons. I'm actually going to measure these. 2 teaspoons of yeast. One, 2. And we're going to mix that around. Actually, let's use my spoon because it's better. Okay. Now we're going to watch this proof. Okay. You can see it. It'll start bubbling. See if I can bring y'all in a little closer. Okay. You'll see it puff up. This little stuff up here just means it's active. I'll show you when it starts to foam up. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button and welcome. For the 73 of you that I have, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it. I'm just trying to grow my channel. Takes a few minutes because yeast has an outer coating that's got to dissolve off, and then it starts to proof up. All of a sudden it'll go whoosh. I can see it bubbling. Quite a bit. You just want it to foam up some. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. You can see these bubbles and stuff coming closer to the sides of the measuring cup. That's what you want. See how foamy it's getting? It'll come out of this cup if the longer you let it sit there. See how foamy it's gotten? It'll get more foamier than that. But I'll show you that in a minute. Let's go ahead and finish our dough. Okay. Zoom you back out here just a little bit. Okay. I don't want this to fall over. It's real good for that, actually. There we go. Don't start your shenanigans today. Okay. So we got our mixer. Got everything we need. Got our flour. Bring you guys in here a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So now we're going to measure out 1 tablespoon of oil. You can use olive oil, you can use vegetable oil. Just depends on what you like. If I had some olive oil, I'd definitely use it, but I don't, so. Tablespoon of oil right in the flour. And then we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I use the kosher salt just because that's what I like. If you use table salt, the iodized table salt, I would recommend using about 1/4 teaspoon because it's a lot stronger than kosher salt. So, and then you're going to use 2 teaspoons of sugar. Okay. 1, 2. And we're done with that. Okay. Now let me show you my. Now you see how frothy this is? See how you've got the line? That's how you want it to be. That means your yeast is good, it's active, all that good stuff. So we're gonna pour this in here with it. And then we're gonna go to Mixtown. Sorry guys. Trying to stabilize my mixer a little bit here. There we go. Okay. So you want to let this go for about 2-3 minutes. Because that's what the dough hook is doing. It's kneading the dough. We're going to knead it a little bit by hand. Make sure everything gets in the dough. See how it's coming away from the edges and everything? Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to knead it by hand just a little bit. Just to make sure we have that elasticity that we need in the dough. Okay. Okay. So I just have my little silicone mat that I'm going to put down here. If you don't have one of these, it's fine. No worries at all. Sorry, I didn't mean to turn my light off. Let's turn that back on. There we go. All right, let's get our dough out. And it's not sticky at all. So that's a good thing. That lets me know that we did it right. Okay. So now we're just going to take our dough. You're going to flatten it out and you're going to turn it and push it away. Turn it and push it away. You're going to do this for about 2 or 3 minutes because you'll feel the dough get harder as you do it. That's what you want. You want your dough smooth, as you can see, like this. Okay. Just going to do it for a few more minutes. Because remember, your mixer did a lot of the kneading. You be still, this thing. It's because I got it weirdly not laying straight. And then what we're going to do, looks good to me, and it springs right back. Springs right back, okay? So we're going to put a little bit of oil in our bowl. Not a lot, just a little bit. And we're going to put our dough in here. We're going to twist it around, get these sides, get everything oiled up. That's what you want. You want a nice round ball of dough, okay? If it doesn't come out like that, then you did something wrong. Start over. Anyway, so we're going to let this brew for about an hour. I'll say 45 minutes. I'll be back and we'll see where we're at. Okay. So we'll be back. So just popping in for a second to let you guys know it's been about 15 minutes. The dough is starting to rise, so we'll be back. Don't go nowhere. All right, guys, we are back. It's been about almost an hour, and our dough has risen. Not huge. but enough. So it's kind of doubled in size, I guess you could say. So now what we're going to do, and I love this stuff. This is the cling wrap. It's Glad Press and Seal. I love this stuff. I'll show you that later. So what I do, if you have a cast iron skillet, this will be your best friend forever. Okay? So what we're going to do is when you take your dough out of the bowl, you want to take just a little bit, of course. Now, I have my oven set on 450 because the faster you cook your pizza, the better. We're going to put a little bit of flour down. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Actually, we'll use what we have left over in the measuring cup. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Okay. So, we're going to put just a little bit of flour down. Flour your surface. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Okay? You're not going to need your dough no more. Okay? Ever. Well, not anymore during this process anyway. You can see. You want to punch it down. It'll go down. If you don't want to punch it down, you don't have to. Alright. So, you can do one of two things. You can make a big pizza, like so. You can round out your dough if you want to. I'm going to put a little bit of flour on my roller here. Just going to roll it out a little bit. You can do that. Or you can do like I'm going to do.
No,
What'd
me
she
and
say?
Carlos were going to go. Grandma called. She said, have we ever eaten at Bahama Breeze? And I said, no.
I'm going to tear it in half, and I'm going to make a personal pan pizza. Okay? You don't have to do this if you don't want to. Like I said, you can make a regular size pizza, but after I do this, I'm going to make some tortillas just to kind of make my husband be quiet because he will not leave me alone. Oh, you can make this, you can make that, but you can't make my tortillas. Yes, honey, I will make your tortillas. Okay? So, get your dough like so. You can see what I'm doing. And then we're just going to roll it out. Now, you want to let this rest for about 5 minutes while my husband's over here starving because I'm making a video. Because what happens is if you don't let your dough rest for a minute, see how much tension, when you spread it out, it wants to pull back on you. So we're going to let that sit for a few minutes. While we're waiting for that, we're going to take our oil and we're going to I'm going to take our cast iron skillet. Do not be afraid to use oil. Being vegetable oil, I'm not going to use but that much. Because what happens is you're going to get a nice, crisp, golden bottom. That's why I said don't be afraid. I'll probably get questions. Does your oil absorb into the pizza dough? You can take them off over, please. As long as you have your oven set to a high temperature, no, it'll start cooking. Okay. So you just make your pizza as big around as you want. I'm probably going to have to turn the air on. He said no. I'm originally from North Carolina. We both are. But we lived in Florida for like the last 20-something years. Now you see how it's not giving me a whole lot of problems right now. It's because when I'm pressing it out, I kind of, go around, give that side time to rest for a minute. And this will puff up as it cooks. Okay. All right. So we bring our cast iron back over here. I'm just going to put it in the pan like so. Like that. See? Alright. So now that we have that, we're going to get out our, I'm going to do some onions. We're going to do some, we'll do some pepperoni. Onions, we're going to do some ham. And I'm looking for my mozzarella cheese. Okay. What I'm going to do now is that all brownie? Stay.
Nova walks on the side of her feet.
I saw that. Totally saw that. Alright, I'm gonna take this and just dump it in the sink. Flour ain't never killed nobody. Okay. So I'm going to chop up some onion. I can find my I'll be right back. Alright, so we're going to chop up some onions. My husband likes jalapenos, ham, and onions. And then you'll see this come together. Right, Menabena? You can use, it's your pizza. You can use whatever. Whatever you like. There's the onions. I have a vacuum sealer, but too much, too much, too much. Now, what I've found is that take those shoes off her. Take those shoes off her because she's gonna fall. Come see mommy. You're okay. Take your shoes off.
She has this dress.
Does she?
Come here, let me get your shoes off.
What I have found is that if you,
This isn't the dress you bought.
I didn't think so. The one I bought her short sleeve.
That's not the dress you bought.
Yeah, Carlos just pulled it out. What I have found, sorry about that, is that if you cook your pizza, you put your toppings on,
Here.
and then you add your cheese, your cheese may or may not slide off as much. So I was cutting this ham up. It's some good ham, I'll tell you that. Okay. And then some jalapenos. I got a noodle on it. Alright, we need pizza sauce.
Forgot about that.
That is the pizza sauce. What is the matter, my love? What had
I
happened?
can see how you thought that was the one.
Yeah, no, well, that's what he gave me. He said, oh, here it is. So I was like, oh, okay.
Nova, come on, mommy. Okay, keep bringing
She's
her
tired.
I know Mommy, yes, you can't. She hasn't had a nap today either.
Oh,
It's too late for her. Can you pause your video so I can make her some milk?
go ahead. So, I'm gonna have to open my new jar
I start by scooting her bowl over.
of pizza sauce because I'm not digging in the refrigerator. I know I got one in there, but I'm not digging it out. So I always keep pizza sauce on hand because it's simple. Right? Right. Aside from the fact that you have to let the dough rise, it's very simple to make. Like I said, if you do your pizza and your dough doesn't fluff up like it's supposed to, please start over because it's not going to
And
rise.
check your yeast.
Oh, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, you know how in some videos, and she's my witness, it says, if your yeast has expired, throw it out, it's no good. Don't do that. Yeast will still rise. I did that because I'll show you. Sorry.
Who did this?
Who did what?
You put this spoon deep in here.
I have no idea how I had chocolate milk today. This is active dry
This is
yeast.
the new one.
I know. And the date on this is
December 93rd of 1685.
December 15th of 2022. It's
No,
right
what?
there.
Here,
I don't
you
know
want
if
your
you can see
chocolate
that
milk?
or not. So next time I do this, I'll use this just to show you that it does work. 'Cause that yeast is what, 3 years old? Yeah, 3 years old. Now I just got Walmart brand pizza dough. Pizza sauce. Because I usually get it from Food Lion, which is our grocery store here.
Thank you.
You're
You're welcome, baby.
Yeah, can you put that new dress on her, please? I'd like to see it on her. Please, and Spanx.
Yeah. Nova, come here. Well, can you pause your video?
Yeah, we'll be right back. Sorry. Right back. Okay, sorry. She was changing clothes, so. Anyway. So, well, that's nice. Always nice to wear your pizza sauce, right? Need to get my handy dandy water over here. So, I am a soda junkie, and I got on the scales the other day and almost cried. My daughter, on the other hand, has lost about 11 pounds because that's all she's doing is drinking water, and I am so proud of her. You're welcome. You can put as much or as little sauce as you want to. You don't have to put sauce. You can use whatever you have on hand. Whatever. Move that out of the way so you can see. Okay, so let's stick that in the fridge. And what I'm going to do with the leftover dough is there's a very good possibility then my husband will want a second one. So we're gonna leave that there. And if he does want another one, then I have everything from the onions to the ham to everything all ready to go. Right, Novi? Say right. And you can use whatever toppings. I have pepperoni in there, but he's not a pepperoni fan, so. He likes ham, onions, and jalapenos. So that's what we're doing. I have a brand new bottle of jalapenos. I just didn't feel like opening it. Why open a new one? Use the ones you have, right? Okay. So, Peter, will you get me a Ziploc bag, please? Oh, look at something there. I need a tea grater. A cheese grater. Now we'll get a paper plate. You can't see me. Right. And then if you don't use all your dough, put it in a Ziploc baggie. Get as much of the air out of it as you can. Okay? You put it in the refrigerator. If you put it in the refrigerator, it will not rise as fast. Because it will continue to rise. Okay? So we're going to grate up some mozzarella cheese. I sliced some the other day, so we'll finish using this. And like I said, you can use whatever cheese or toppings or whatever the case may be. Just don't, like when you're making your dough, don't get overwhelmed if your dough does sort of like mine did and isn't sticky or anything, because you don't want it sticky. Let's put a little bit more. Oh, tell her about the lady this morning at the thing. We'll just slice it off here, like so. We're not gonna do a whole lot. How'd you get off the phone?
Huh?
How'd you get off the phone?
Talking about someone on their phone.
Oh. Okay, just put your cheese on. And put a little or a lot. And I know I said cook your stuff without the, but I've done this so much, mine comes out perfect all the time. But you can cook your stuff with before you put the cheese on, and then once it gets done a little bit more, then add your cheese. But what I do is I put it in the oven, and once it gets golden brown, if the cheese starts to darken a little bit before the sides of the crust get like I want them, then I'll always add more mozzarella. So we're going to put this in a 425-degree oven for about 12 minutes, and I'll be back. All right, guys, so we are back. Pizza is now done and out of the oven, and we are going to clean up this mess. Can you go ask your father if he would like another one?
2?
Yeah. Or it's fine. If he wants another one, I'll make him one in a little bit. I got the dough in the refrigerator. So, let me show you what we have here. Okay. This is the finished product. Okay. The oil is still cooking away. We're gonna take it out. We're actually gonna put it on a plate. I was gonna put it on a paper plate, but I'll show you the underside if I can find my spatula. Can never find anything when I need it. Never. Never, never, never. Ever, never. Wow. So, get my hand under it. As you can see, the underside, I don't know if you can see that or not, is done. It's very pretty. So we're going to place it on here. That is a very nice dough. And then what I like to do is actually we're going to take it off the plate. Like so. I got a pan counter anyway. Slide that over. We're going to, it's kind of warm. We're going to cut it. And I'll show you the inside. Ooh, that's yummy looking. That is done through and through. I'll show you that again. Done. You don't want to let it cook too long. Now I will tell you guys that one time I made pizza, but I didn't make personal, I call it personal pan. I didn't make personal pan pizza. I made regular pizza. And you can do personal, you can do a big pizza. That dough is enough to do a 12-inch pizza. But there it is. All nice and yummy. And I'll be right back. I'm going to give my husband his pizza, and I'll talk to you in a second. Alright, so he's going to eat that. If he wants another one, I have extra dough. So just know that you don't have to use it for just pizza. You can use that dough for cinnamon rolls, bread, whatever the case may be. If you decide to do a bread, you're going to roll it out and shape it the way that you want to shape it. And then just put it in your bread tin or bread pan, whatever. And put it on 375, cook it in the oven until it's golden brown. But you got to let it rise again. It needs a second rise. Thank you, babe. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, I would greatly appreciate that. It helps my channel grow. Like it and share it with your friends if they want to learn how to make pizza. There's a ton of pizza videos on YouTube, I'm sure, but Mine's the best. I'm just kidding. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.